Hi guys, it's Damaris. I have a few cards to share with you before I give them out. I wanted to show you what I've been making and sharing on my blog. And oh, I see that the bling right here is falling out right here. I just realized that because I put them in this bin here. Put them here, the cards that I make, and they're kind of stuffed in here, and so I guess I gotta find a better solution and I have to fill that in. But I wanted to share with you this wedding card that I made using this Carver digital stamp, and my design team membership with them has expired. It's been 3 months, so they were really good to me and had a lot of fun working with the other ladies. So this was the last card that I made for them, and I love this image. I liked that I gave her like super sharp black hair with some highlights, and I liked that I gave her some red lips, and she's just a sexy bride, you know. For the veil, I didn't color it. All I did was I highlighted the inside and outer side of the veil, and then added some rock candy stickles by Ranger. And on the bottom here, this is a distressed white piece of cardstock, dry embossed piece of cardstock that I did with a fold. I think this is either Victorian or damask. Here's a Stampin' Up! Punch, 2 of them. This is a stamp that I used, and then we have here some Wild Orchid Crafts flowers, and then this flower was from I think this was a rack that I received, some Recollections bling. And then the paper that I used was My Mind's Eye Lost and Found Union Square. I added a top note punch on this corner with 3 huge blings because it was kind of heavy on this side with all this going on, so I wanted to add a little something here to balance it out. And then on the inside it's just a plain white mat. So that was that card. And then the next 2 cards I wanted to show you were a request that I had to make some thank you cards. One of my mother's friends saw the cards that I make, because my mom, like, sometimes she shares it on her Facebook what I make. So she had asked Mom if I could make her some thank you cards for a few people that have helped her purchase a house. And this is the first one here. This image I received from Denitra in Iraq. She sent me when she sent me her Copic markers, and I love it. My mom loved it and I loved it. And the challenge here was to create a card with a house, and I didn't have a house stamp, and I kind of did, but they were really teeny tiny. So what I ended up doing was I wanted to create the illusion that there is a house, but it's not right on this card. It's somewhere on this vicinity outside of the card, you know, because there's this little here, a picket fence that I added, and she's basically sitting in the back of her yard looking at her garden, flowers, and all of these are Wild Orchid Crafts, along with the Martha Stewart punched out butterflies and bling. I added some clouds on top of this cloud background that I created, and this is using a cloud punch. I believe it's by Hero Art background. A cloud a cloud stamp, a wooden cloud stamp, and I used clear embossing powder on top of this already blue sheet of authentic paper, and I thought it was so cute the way it came out with the clouds, kind of some of them, you know, outlined, and it's just really nice. Up here, use some Stampin' Up! Punches with some bling, and then this image is by Whiff of Joy. Colored her with my Copic, added some shadowing where I would think that you know, because the sun was coming from this angle, so the shadowing is on her left side. And then down here I added some grass, some Fiskars punched out grass all over, and that creates this card. And then this one is a little more simple. I had a layout in mind that I wanted to use, and what I did was I used her, she's a MFT stamp, and I bought her as a digital stamp. Usually you get these for $9 on the website, but I got it for less than $2 on Etsy. I don't remember how I found it, but I did. And here is the card that creates the illusion that there's a house somewhere background over here, and she went to go check the mail, or she's dropping a mail in the box, and she wants to send out a note of thanks. And then this butterfly here I received in a rack from Connie, and I love this butterfly. Like, they're really teeny tiny and they're so perfect for cards. Added some Recollections pearls here, and the paper that I used is Clementine by, let me see if I remember. I've been getting so many pads lately that I just can't remember. I think I'm gonna say it was Cosmo Cricket Clementine, and I love this paper. I had no idea. Look at that, that's chevron. I had no idea they had chevron, and it's an old pad, a very old pad. So up here I created a banner just by cutting it out myself, and this is a stamp by Stampin' Up, and I just matted everything with black and this die cut shape from Spellbinders. And inside I used more of that paper from the pad, and then I punched out these corners over here and over here. So that's that card. And the next card I want to share is a Mother's Day card that I made for my mother-in-law. And I started to color in this image, and this is by Wild Rose Studio, Milton and Company, and it's such a cute little elephant. And I started to color it just to practice my coloring. That's usually how it works out, right? But I loved how it came out. I loved all the shadowing, you know, inside the ear here and underneath and by the little belly. So I decided I would actually use it, and it started to be a birthday card, but I really liked all the colors I used. This collection is by Teresa Collins, and I received this paper in a rack from Sharon. So I'm really trying to use the stuff that I get. So thank you girls who've been sending me goodies. I really appreciate it, and I do use it. And added some bling all around by Recollections. These are Wild Orchid Crafts flowers. This one actually is a piece of like a mulberry tissue flower that I got from a friend in a rack. And here's some of that punched out pieces, Stampin' Up, pearls, and more Wild Orchid Crafts. And then this die, both of these dies, the one in the back, the scallop, that is by Spellbinders, and then the one in the front is Sizzix. Added a pearl here on the bow, and then the doodling on the edges of the circle, I did it with just a black pen. I don't know if you can tell. Let's see if I can show it. But the middle strip, this black strip middle here, this black border middle center, it's embossed with Argyle folder, with the Argyle Cuttlebug folder. So that's the front, and then on the inside I created this section right here, and there's like a little opening slot available to put a gift card, and then this side I left it blank. And that's my Mother's Day card from my mother-in-law. And then for my mommy, I made my mom this card, and this is using the My Mind's Eye collection. I think it's Follow Your Heart. And inside I fussy cut this little piece, which was the continuation of this front sheet right here. It was a continuation out here, so I just added it to the front, because really it was like a strip this thin that I was not going to use for anything. So I might as well had, you know, put it in here, right? So what I love most about this is the hexagon shapes. that you see throughout the paper. And so this is a sheet of paper. I just cut this chunk of piece out. I distress the edges so that it won't blend in with this light background. Added some cappuccino twine from the Twinery, and this is a gorgeous girl stamp image, and colored her in with Copics. And this background here is also from the paper line. This flower here, this is from a trim that I received from Sharon, and it matches like crazy perfect with this color. It's awesome. I love this. I gotta get more of this. Use the buckle that I sell in my shop, and a pearl, and some Martha Stewart punched out butterflies. And over here, this background of this side of the paper was already like that, so I just build on top of it with this sentiment, and I used some pearls, and so that creates this card. And I don't know if you noticed it when I first showed it to you, but kind of everything is shifted all the way down to the lower right side. Like usually when I make my cards, everything is pretty much centered to the middle. For example, over here everything's centered, all the edges are centered. This one also, everything is always centered to the middle, the background, you know. But this one I decided to do something different, have it a little askew, and it just kind of works, you know. It's fun, it's girly. I made her stay in this position where it looks like she's like walking a little tightrope, and she's like basically a little girl who's, you know, has a little imagination, and she's walking a tightrope, and she's just bored and having fun, and you know, she's just a silly little girl. And then inside I also created this little pocket where you could put a gift card inside there, and I added some of that red double-sided tape down here so I'm secure that it will not open. And then on the bottom here, I added the strip of paper, the leftover from this, added it here, and then I cut out this hexagon piece from the paper. And then this little butterfly here was a little piece that was like down here. I just cut around the hexagon pieces here and added the butterfly on this corner. So that was that card, and that's about it. I hope you liked all my little cards. I know I've been asked to do to show how I make my cards, and I guess to show the process, but I don't have the equipment to do editing, and it's kind of hard to do a card because Gio, you know, he's always interrupting me when I'm trying to do a card. I try to do at least 2 cards a week, and so it's a little bit difficult because I also have to play with him and watch him when he's watching his little cartoon. So it's kind of hard to record is what I'm trying to say. But I do like to share my cards with you girls, and hopefully it inspires you girls to take out your stamps, dust off your Copics, because I know a lot of you have them, you're not using them. So you know, I just would like to share this with you so you can get creative and don't be intimidated and have fun with it, and if it comes out bad, just